Father Menzel. At this time, please join me in welcoming to the stage the salutatorian for the class of 2018, Miss Janelle Higgins.
Parents, friends, faculty, honored guests, and class of 2018, it is an honor to be here in front of you today. In Mrs. Canning's 10th grade English class, we had to write a commencement speech. Just like everyone else in the class, I grumbled about having to do the assignment. I thought I would be part of the 97% of the class that would let that information go in one ear and out the other, because when was I ever going to need to know how to do that? But now as I stand here giving a commencement speech, I'm starting to wonder if this isn't the only thing I was taught at Pacelli that I thought I would never use in the future. Will I need to know how to make a cardboard astrolabe? Or solve advanced chem problems using ice boxes? Or that Winston Churchill was the British Prime Minister during World War II? Apart from all the things I've forgotten, I know something I will take with me is the memories I've made. Exactly 1,370 days ago, we walked through the front doors on our first day of high school. We were eager to move on from St. Pete's and finally have some freedom. Well, as much freedom as a freshman could get. We still knew we had a long way before experiencing senior privileges like off-campus lunch. So we stayed in our place, in the back of the lunch line and on the far left side of the FACC. It felt like graduation day would never come, and now it's hard to believe it's really here. Our class has gone through a lot together. We've seen a lot of new faces come and a lot of old faces leave. Whether someone came into our school last year or has been with us since kindergarten, they have become part of our family. We form connections that will stick with us long after high school. I think that's an aspect of Pacelli that's hard to find at a lot of other places. There have been times where we've gotten closer, like at the senior retreat, because nothing says bonding like the human knot and trying to pick up stuffed animals while blindfolded. We learned a lot of valuable lessons those 2 days, the most important being how to have faith like a minion. As a class, we've had good ideas and some not so good ideas. Like during our sophomore year homecoming parade, when we managed to get a fire truck for our float. That was a good idea. Then there was junior year, when we decided on the theme of bikes, trikes, and scoots for the parade. That wasn't our best idea. The class of 2018 Facebook page could really go either way. Sometimes the page was helpful. It was the only reason we knew where to meet for prom pictures. Shannon also put it to good use when she would post about the upcoming jeans days that we'd all otherwise forget. On the other hand, most of the time the page was just a place to post memes. Thank you, Jacob. I have to admit, one of the most impressive ideas was when the boys came together to set the record of most people in a bathroom stall. In all honesty, there's nothing I can say to represent all of our memories and experiences from our time here. We all took something different from our journey. Kenzie, for example, is going to remember duct taping Mr. Tice to the wall during a basketball game. A special memory that all of us have from our past is a classmate of ours who isn't able to share this with us today. We're wearing this blue ribbon on our gowns in remembrance of Joey Miller. We know he will always be with our class. This memory, and all our memories, will remain with us forever. In the past 4 years, we've seen this school go through a lot. We saw the old library change into the LLC, the wrestling room became the fitness center, and the most tragic of them all, the zipper was taken away from Panacea. In 1981, my dad graduated from Pacelli High School. The main thing he remembered was how different things were compared to now. The graduation ceremony was held in the FACC because the gym didn't exist yet. There were no cell phones or internet. Sister Sue taught how to type on typewriters. However, there is one thing that has stayed the same all these years. Mr. Gearman is still a part of the faculty. There are many changes that this class, even this school, have gone through. Although they seemed monumental at the time, they're nothing compared to the change we have yet to go through. The end of high school is surreal. Today will be the last day we're all in a room together. These are our last moments as students before becoming alumni. In a little bit, we're going to walk across this stage, move our tassels, and march out of the gym. We're mostly filled with joy and excitement of what's yet to come. I'm personally excited to get to wear jeans or sweatpants any day of the week without paying $3. Unless you're Alex Larson, who's been wearing sweatpants for the past 2 months. However, there's still that little bit of sadness as we leave the halls of Pacelli. There'll be no more dance battles between Nate Bronk and Daniel Mitch at homecoming. We won't get to see Cruz's payday dance every other Friday. Even though we have many more experiences ahead of us, soon the crazy memories of high school will be nothing more than that, a memory. Right now, we don't know everything or have it all figured out, and that's okay. Even as we go out into the world, we're still allowed to say what we said every time Ms. Schrader asks us a question. I don't know. No one expects us to have all the answers, but you never know when you learn something that might be useful. It could be tomorrow when we're at all the grad parties. It could be in 3 months when we're moving into our dorms. It could be in 30 years when we're at our own kids' graduations. So keep an open mind. Whether you're leaving here on a determined path or still have no idea what you're doing, have faith in yourself. While listening to a million other speeches on YouTube, I came across a quote by mathematician Alfred North Whitehead that speaks volumes. The vitality of thought is an adventure. Ideas won't keep, something must be done about them. That being said, there's no time like the present to take the opportunity to live your dream to do something great, so that somewhere down the road when we meet again, we all have stories to share. We have so much left to experience, and this is just the beginning. We are all strong and realize our potential to become something greater than we are now. There's a mosquito. In the spirit of using things I thought I'd never use, Winston Churchill once said, "Success is never final, failure is never fatal. It's the courage that counts." My hope for all of you is that you find the courage God gave you to live your dreams. The courage to get back up and try again. The courage to switch your college major at least 3 times. Before I wrap up, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to my parents and all the other parents for your endless support. Thank you to the teachers for helping us discover our passion in life, also for putting up with us through the years, especially Ms. Schmitz for putting up with 9th hour church history. Thank you coaches, mentors, and advisors for teaching us lessons in our extracurriculars, but also in life. Thank you friends and family for always being there for us. And thank you to anyone who has helped us get here today. Congratulations, class of 2018. We made it.
At this time, please join me in welcoming to the stage our valedictorian for the class of 2018, Ms. Brooke Schrader.
On behalf of the class of 2018, I would like to thank all of the family, friends, faculty, administration, and guests who have joined us today to celebrate this momentous occasion. I'd also like to specifically thank my mom, who told me that Janelle's speech would be funnier than mine, so I tried to step it up a notch. Fellow graduates, we made it. We survived the serious epidemic of senioritis, even barely. Some of us were hit a bit harder than others, like turning in half of a worksheet with just 1 more month written on it. AJ. As a class and as individuals, we have come so far throughout our years in the Pacelli Catholic school system. We have grown from the loud, obnoxious 6th graders who almost had to have a seat and turn in the lunchroom, to the outspoken, mature seniors who are about to take on the outside world. And while we celebrate everyone who is here today, we also remember who is unable to be. I know you all feel as much as I do that Joey Miller is still with us today. 5 years and 5 days ago, our lives and the lives of so many were changed forever by the passing of our classmate and friend. Today, we wear blue ribbons pinned to our gowns as a symbol that he is always with us. Now, Pacelli is truly a unique school, not only because of the small class sizes or J-term or community meeting, but because of the people. Where else do all of the students collectively call their principal dad? Or have a chaplain who dresses up like Heath Ledger's Joker for Catholic Schools Week? Or where both the high school and middle school have 3D printers, but still not decent Wi-Fi? What other classes use the words "mow" and "sauce" in every other sentence, basically making up their own language? Seriously, Andrew, I think you might need a translator next year. And it was 4 short years ago when we first strolled into the halls of Pacelli High. Freshman year was a whirlwind of new experiences. First football game, first homecoming dance, and our first time being put in our place by upperclassmen. Remember when freshmen and sophomores actually listened to seniority? Little did we know then that we would form friendships to last a lifetime, that Mrs. Cruz's calculators were more valuable than gold, or that the Kahoot theme song would haunt our nightmares. This was also the year that the boys broke the world record for most kids to fit in a bathroom stall. Too bad it was rebroken before we could make it into a book. Junior year meant our first year as upperclassmen, and for many of us, the first stage of senioritis. Junior year also brought the iconic 9th-hour religion class. Whoever thought it was a good idea to put 98% of the junior boys into a single religion class at the end of the day, you owe Ms. Schmitz a year's worth of therapy sessions. From singing the national anthem at the top of their lungs, to claiming Laura was a witch, to barricading the entrance of the room on the last day of school, that was one entertaining classroom. Although I'm glad it gave Maria inspiration for her kickboxing classes, which were coincidentally on Thursdays, the same as 9th-hour block days. It's moments like those that make us a class that Pacelli High School is not bound to forget anytime soon. We've probably broken the record for the most spirited competitions won in our 4 years here. Our volleyball, golf, softball, baseball, and boys basketball teams all won conferences here. Our girls basketball team had their first regional final appearance since 2006. Our football team had one of the best seasons they've had in years. And our boys tennis team finished with a winning season. Much of the success can be attributed to the amount of seniors leading these teams. And besides all of these group accomplishments, we each bring individual talents to the table. If you're looking for the most epic memes on the internet, Jacob Farrow's your guy. If you're looking for the brutally honest truth, Lexi Groten's got you. And if you're looking for a color-coded, alphabetized, and laminated study guide, Shannon Leary made it 2 weeks ago. And even though we've made our mark on good old PC High, there are some things that will never change. Miss Schrader will always answer your questions with a question. Once a year, Guy Gehrman will bring in his pet snake and make all of the teenage girls freak out. And Cruz's chemical shower will forever remain untouched, unless you want detention for the rest of your life. The world of Pacelli will keep on turning, and hopefully improving with each passing year. There are many things we will miss about this school, and we have so much to look forward to in our future as Pacelli alumni. For example, friending Joyce on Facebook. We will experience almost unlimited freedom, including open locker rooms. And most of all, we will get our chance to impact the world. Within our class, we hold the future. It's no secret that a large portion of our class plans on proceeding into the medical field, hence the nickname Pacelli Pre-Med Academy. But we also house future makeup artists and cosmetologists, Gabby and Ashley. My locker buddy, Mackenzie Schlagenhoft, is going to be the next Picasso. Matthias and Jarrett will be going out to serve our country in the National Guard and Army Reserve. Someday, rowdy teenagers will get pulled over by Officer Fornes. In a couple of years, kids will be complaining about doing their homework for Mr. LeMaitre's class. And one day, we'll be able to say we knew President Wolf back in high school. All of us have such bright futures ahead, and I can't even pretend to name each one. Chances are that none of you will remember what I've said in a few years. But before I leave you, I'd like to impart some inspiring advice. Here's a quote from a song that all of us seniors hold near and dear to our hearts. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. We are all all-stars, class of 2018. Don't let anyone tell you differently. And now it's time to go play the game of life. Thank you.